Hi guys, I'm just gonna also on to Facebook. Just give me a moment. And this is a good way for people to join in. Please be respectful in the live chat. And I'll start in about 3 minutes. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so now I'm both on YouTube and Facebook. If you want to go on YouTube, you can go to youtube.com/Vispa, VISPA 317, and that's my YouTube account. If you want to go on to Facebook, you go to facebook.com, Valeria 722. So, hi guys. Nice to see you on here. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, but I felt like this was an important time. I'm just going to take this off because I'm feeling warm. It's an important time to share wisdom right now and to share information that some of us healers are aware of and have been educated throughout the years of just knowing and dealing with all kinds of illnesses. And it doesn't need to be a virus that has to come up to share this kind of wisdom. We should always be sharing this kind of wisdom. And as you know, I love to share. Sometimes I'm even an oversharer. A lot of people call me that like I am an oversharer. You share too much. I hear it all the time, but that's just who I am. And so I'm going to be oversharing, guys. So get ready. I'm just going to do that. Okay. So if you have any questions, this is a good time. Okay. So I'm already receiving the questions. But before we start with the questions, I want to just share first. So share what I know, what I believe, what I don't believe. I just want to first say that I'm not here to discuss conspiracy theories or any certain, political stances. This is not about that. This is really strictly on healing. And this is not just for physical healing. You don't have to have the coronavirus to join in on this healing. This is healing the mental state, healing the physical state, but also healing the spiritual state. This is about really bringing in reassurance to the mind, but mostly it's an alignment. It's really to start getting aligned and get rid of the anxiety and all of the bah humbug around all this, the brouhaha. We really want to just learn how to deal with everything. We don't want to have our heads in the sand by ignoring the information that is given to us. We want to know, we need to know, and we should know. But we also need to know how to streamline the information, how to allow for the information to come through us where we have some sort of education behind what's going on. So again, this is not about anything but the facts. So we're just going to go by facts, but what is given to us through what I'm calling the mainstream media. And I'm not going by what we learned, through some other alternative medias. And I don't even trust the mainstream media. But to make it fair and to make it somewhat stable, I want to just go by what the mainstream media is telling us at this time. And you know what? The mainstream media has been quite fair these days, especially if you're not watching CNN. Because CNN, what they do is they love to kind of fluctuate on your emotions. They love the emotional volatility. So you don't want to watch any news channel that does that. You want to watch a news channel that is very just straight, with the information. They give you the facts. They show you what they need to show you, and that's it. And even the facts might not even be factual. We don't know. How the heck are we going to know how many people are actually dying, or who's the source? The CDC, the WHO organization? I mean, we all know, most of us know in this circle, especially the healing circle, that those groups, those corporations, those sectors are not really trustable. But it doesn't matter. What does matter is how it affects your personal life. I always ask this question: do you know anyone in your life that actually has the coronavirus? And a lot of people will answer it yes. I know a friend of a friend of a friend, or a colleague's spouse, or this one, that. But do you actually know directly anyone that has the coronavirus? So let's start with that. Do you know anyone that has the coronavirus right now? Let's see. Let's see how we answer that question, because that one I think is the most important, because who cares about the statistics if it's not affecting your personal life? Now, I'll go into that more later, because compassion is needed here. Love and compassion is absolutely needed here. And I'm going to talk about that more later. But if you actually know somebody, please let me know. That is such a great way to start, because we're getting realistic here. We're getting grounded, right? It's not about all of the information that's coming through that people want to share with us. Like, oh, there's my cousin's uncle's brother's friend's next door neighbor has the coronavirus. Really? Who's that? Do you even know their name? Do you actually know anyone that has the coronavirus? So a lot of people are saying no right now. Okay. As you're saying this, I'm getting notifications about how it's all this is happening, all these changes are happening in the tri-state area. So no, 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 no. Everyone's saying no right now. No, I'm getting no's on YouTube as well. No. Okay, great. And mind you, I have a global audience. This is not people from just, United States. This is a global audience. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to keep asking the question. Do you know anyone that has the coronavirus? Because I think this is a great way to start the conversation, and being realistic. Do you have the coronavirus? Let's see how that answer, how many answers we get of that. Friends of friends. Okay, we get friends of friends. Someone on YouTube says, I have mild cold symptoms but have not been tested. Okay. All right, so let's just say I'm not getting a lot of answers. I have like maybe 20 answers here, and that's really not a lot compared to what. Okay, no. Okay, I'm getting a lot of no's. So I don't have the coronavirus. Nobody in my family has the coronavirus. None of my friends have the coronavirus. I have family members and friends that work in the hospital, and that work in at the port, which is basically where all the cargo comes in through, the ships. And so no one in my family has the virus. And this is like, they are like the most endangered people to actually get the coronavirus. Okay, so I'm still getting no's that nobody that here has the actual coronavirus. Okay, so now that we've, you could still answer me. It doesn't matter. It's not like we're discarding it. It's important to know if you know anyone that actually has the coronavirus, because that in itself makes it more real for you, right? So if you don't know anyone that has the coronavirus, that's a good thing, actually. That's an amazing thing. That means that you are safe at this moment, especially if you're staying home and you're limiting your exposure to other people that may or may not have it. So I haven't been at the grocery store since maybe like 2 weeks now. So I'm limiting my time outside. I'm limiting even buying things from the outside, like especially from China. So I'm limiting all of that, and I suggest that you do the same as well. So really limit your time with other people. I wear gloves all the time. I if I leave if I go outdoors, if I'm like touching anything like an elevator or handlebars or any of that stuff, always wearing gloves and then throwing out the gloves and then actually disinfecting my hands afterwards. And then I'm wearing a mask as well. So actually, I want to show you guys the mask that my mother purchased for me. Oh, it's downstairs. It's a black mask and it has a filter and you put it around your ears and it works really well. It, just as long as you wear it tightly and it doesn't get loose around the openings. Um, okay, so Dave is saying he's know of people that have had it, but no one personally. And Dave doesn't have it, and he's a nurse. So that's great. This is all great news. So look, in the rush of all this negativity, look what we have right here that people don't have the coronavirus. You don't know anyone that has the coronavirus. I saw Melissa said, I am convinced that the virus was here early December, possibly November, and I believe I had it. Okay, so you had it, Melissa, but you fought it, so you're healthy now. Is that correct? Um, so I don't know if you know, but the symptoms are could be very mild. The first symptom is coughing, or sorry, fever. The first symptom is fever, and then the second symptom is coughing, and then it goes into like flu-like symptoms. But what's really funny right now is that we are in the midst of spring here in the United States. So all the weather is changing, and so we have hay fever symptoms. We have allergy season here. So we are sneezing, we're coughing, we have tickle in our throat. Some of us are feeling tired, and so it may seem like the symptoms could be the coronavirus. So it's kind of funny, but it's a little humorous, but at the same time, we have to stay positive. It's not, just because you have a little cough or because you have, runny nose or you're having some symptoms doesn't mean that you have the coronavirus, especially if it doesn't make any sense that you actually have been out and about with people. So again, let's keep our minds calm on all this. Let's keep our minds clear and stable. We don't have to go to the dark side, if you will, to think about all that could happen. We have to think about, well, you know what? I'm healthy now, and that's all that matters. Um, so that's really like something that I think a lot of people are saying, and staying positive. We have to be realistic, and I really wanted to get down to the realism of who actually has the coronavirus, and do you have it? Do your friends have it? Do your family members have it? Let's get realistic. But then let's also talk about what is the coronavirus? Okay, it's a mutated virus. My feeling is it's man-made. Now this can sound like conspiracy, but it's to me that's my feeling, and it's beyond what I've read, beyond what I've learned. It's just a feeling, and I'm not sure why it's man-made. I'm not sure why they spread this virus. I'm not sure what the point of it is for them. And because this morning I heard the governor of New York talk about how there's rumors being sent out that martial law will take over, and he said absolutely not. It's not. This is not what's happening. And he says that the martial law will not take over at any point, because that's not what's needed here, and will never be needed. So when people talk that way, because he's also tuning into the conspiracies, because this is what people are conspiring, and that is not true, and that gives people some sort of like, okay, well then that's good. I that means that we don't have to worry about that. And let's say it's not true what he's saying, but it doesn't matter. I appreciate that he's actually covering the conspiracies, because there's been rumors to be said that New York City would be on lockdown. And right now, New York City is the highest, has the highest rates of coronavirus in the United States. And I was in New York City last night, and this morning, and I'm now in New Jersey. So it's something that it's very real to me in my world. And New York it's a lot more quiet now, but it's not dead. There are people that are walking around and without masks as well. There are people that are going, going by their business, and that's okay. Just as long as they're cautious and they're staying positive, because it has a lot to do with being positive. And I'm not talking about coronavirus positive. Being positive in your mind and your heart. It doesn't help to be paranoid. It really doesn't, because that actually decreases your immune system. And once you do that, you can be susceptible to anything, not just the coronavirus, to anything. And so why damage your health for something that is not even in your space, in your field, if you will? If you can actually, with your mind, you can actually project a protective field around you, so that you may not be in contact with the coronavirus. And even if you are in contact with the coronavirus, somehow it could miss you. Not saying that you're absolutely 100% safe. This is not like bulletproof, field, but it is something that can help you through this time to really use your spiritual powers here, use your heart, use this magnetic field that is actually around you. We all have a magnetic field, and use that magnetic field to really reinforce a protection, a protective field around you, so that you are not susceptible to anything that could possibly harm you. This is an amazing practice that a lot of us don't practice daily. And it's something that we should do. So Melissa's saying most recover, so there is no need to fear unless you are at high risk. It's inevitable that it will get most of the population. Okay, so, we're not sure if this is going to get to most of us. We're not sure yet. We honestly, in my heart, I believe that it won't. I believe that we will actually be unscathed. Like, most of us will be unscathed through this. Like, we will actually get through this. And a lot of us, especially healers, I think will not be touched by this. And if we will probably get very minimal symptoms. So let's talk about practicality. Let's talk about how to boost your immune system and how to actually even fight the coronavirus if you actually have it. Okay, so I wrote some of the things down just because I didn't want to, forget. So let's start with vitamin C. Okay, guys, people have mocked this 1,000 times, but there's actually people that have healed cancer with vitamin C through intravenous injections. So if you actually believe that vitamin C is not good for you, then I don't know what to tell you. But vitamin C is an amazing start to boost your immune system against any virus. And then there's also something called elderberry. So elderberry we take here every winter, every day. We have elderberry chewies, elderberry syrup. We just love elderberry. So if you want to use elderberry, you can use it in both forms, and it works both ways. And what's really good about the chewables is that it also has zinc, and that also is very protected against colds, viruses, and all that stuff. So elderberry works in your bronchial, so it works on the upper respiratory, and so that's really where the coronavirus attacks. So the elderberry is 100% natural. Make sure you get the organic, and it's something that will help you. You'll feel it immediately as soon as you take one drop or one chewable of elderberry. You feel the difference immediately. It's so potent. So I highly recommend it. But you can buy it on Amazon, so it's not hard to find. So again, elderberry, vitamin C. Another thing I highly recommend is colloidal silver. So colloidal silver is a very um, it protects the cells. It's something that boosts your immune system, but it protects your cells. So I use colloidal silver almost every single day. These are things that I use all the time. Um, I have like a pharmacy here because that's just the way I operate. I'm constantly trying to boost my immune system because I am. And so this is a great opportunity for you guys to learn how to boost your immune system and really learn how to manage your health. This is an opportunity to manage your health in a way that you won't ever get sick. So this winter, knock on wood, I've never been sick. Last winter, I was not sick at all as well. So and it's all because of the way I've changed my lifestyle. It has a lot to do with the supplements that I take, and as well as the tea that I drink. The herbs. The herbs are so good. And look, my mug is so appropriate. Love is all you need. And that's another thing we'll talk about. But the herbs that you take is also important too. They are extremely important. So right now, this is doesn't say, but this one I believe is a mixture of elderberry and apple cider vinegar. It's a gut healing tea, so that's really important that you guys are eating gut healing gut healing foods, so non-acidic foods, so uh, things that are not fried, things that don't have um, high acidity. So it's good to eat foods that are alkaline. This is the time to practice that. It's a time to actually to do fasting. This is a great opportunity to do fasting. I do it all the time. And you can do it in different ways. You can do fasting, intermittent fasting from from the morning till all the way up till, let's say, dinner. Or you can do fasting till the morning till 3 o'clock. And then you'll have a snack and then you'll have a very light dinner. You could do fasting with juice. You just drink juice. You could do fasting with just water. There are many different ways of doing fasting, or you can do safely a 2-day fast, 48-hour fast without eating anything at all, and your immune system will take over and will be absolutely like it will just you will just feel such a difference in your immune system. You will feel completely new. Your skin, your vision, the way you're breathing, everything will change. It's an opportunity for that as well. So I'm getting a lot of comments. Let me just check here. So how much colloidal silver should we take? I suggest taking a spoonful of colloidal silver every, let's say, 3 times a day, especially during this time, especially if you're just starting to use colloidal silver. So I take now colloidal silver once a day, just a spoonful, which is good enough, especially if you've been taking it for years. But just for this time, if you're new to colloidal silver, you should probably take it 3 times a day. So good nutrition. And guys, mind you, I'm not a doctor, so you don't have to take my word for it. If you want, research it, do it, whatever you have to do before you take my suggestions. But these are just suggestions, and I'm a healer. I'm not a doctor. I'm getting um let's see. Good nutrition, absolutely. Staying hydrated, absolutely. And as Melissa mentioned, vitamin D, absolutely. Vitamin D, yes, I was just going to mention that. So these are my top. Ready? B12, elderberry, vitamin C, colloidal silver, and vitamin D. Those are my top 5. So B12 also, it boosts up your immune system. It fortifies the blood. So if you have any issues with I don't know, like high blood pressure, low blood pressure, all these things. These will also kind of, it balances you out. It also, if you're not eating properly, it gives you the vitamin, the B12 for mental stability. B12 is great for that as well. It helps you staying balanced mentally. So I think that's really important to have during this time, especially with all the anxiety that we have. Okay, so people are mentioning, um, oh, and yes, the vitamin D. So the vitamin D is, so I take it through a vitamin, but I also go outside as well. But there's very minimal sun here, and it looks like it's super sunny through that window. But there's like a haze of a gray haze here in New York City all winter long, pretty much. Um, so it's like mandatory that you take the vitamin. So yes, so now we're getting to the herbs. Ginger absolutely is excellent for the lungs. Astragalus, yes, is very good for boosting immune system. Okay, someone's saying garam masala can protect and prevent. Yes, and so is you will also want to eat turmeric. Turmeric is a great anti-inflammatory, and it can help you. You can eat it. You can put turmeric in smoothies. You can put turmeric in your food. It has very minimal flavor, so it doesn't. It's not evasive. Wild oregano oil spray is excellent. Okay, that's another good one. Another herb that's really good. So we're going to go into the oils now because we spoke about the vitamins. So the oils for me are number one, tea tree oil, the cinnamon oil, eucalyptus oil, lemon balm oil, frankincense, and lavender oil. Now, you can use these oils. You can put 1 drop of oil, because literally 1 drop of oil, essential oils, guys, essential oils are fully USD organic. You want 1 drop of oil, and it affects the entire body. It actually affects all the skin and all of the organs, just 1 drop of oil. Now, if you want to dilute the oil, you can use coconut oil, olive oil, grapeseed oil, jojoba oil, or sweet almond oil. I use jojoba oil and coconut oil and sometimes olive oil to dilute the oils. Let me see, anyone? Oregano oil. So yes, so the oregano oil is an essential oil, and you can put it in water. Oregano oil is used as like a antibiotic. It is so powerful. It's very potent as well, guys. So if you actually put oregano oil underneath your tongue, it is super spicy. So be careful. It can leave some burn feeling in your mouth. So it's good to dilute it with water. You could put 1 or 2 drops of oregano oil in a glass of water and use it as it's like an antibiotic. So if you're having any issues like a throat ache, or if you have stomach ache, or if you're coughing, it's amazing for that. So tea tree oil, I use it almost every day, and I put 1 drop behind my ears. So the lymph is like right in here, right? And you can use it also on your wrists. So these are good spots to put the oil, where the lymph nodes are. So you want to use the oils there. Eucalyptus oil is amazing. You can take baths with eucalyptus oil. You can also take baths with lavender oil. You can use some salt, Epsom salt, or Dead Sea salt, or whatever. Like the most healing salt is Epsom and Dead Sea. So I would suggest those 2 salts in your tub, warm bath, and you could put 6 drops of lavender oil and 1 drop of eucalyptus oil, and that will help you. First of all, will relax the nervous system, and it helps. It's antiviral. Both of those are antiviral. The eucalyptus and the lavender oil are both antiviral. All of these, tea tree, cinnamon, eucalyptus, lemon balm, frankincense, and lavender, are antiviral. You want to use lemon balm mostly for um, for the antiviral, but also lemon balm is very good for the nervous system. And it's very interesting because all of these oils are also for the nervous system. They go hand in hand. Frankincense is an oil that is very good for healing scars and wounds, but it's also very good for protectant. It protects your body from any outside bacteria. So you want to use frankincense. I use frankincense. I put it right here. I put it right here. I drink lemon balm. I put lemon balm in water. I put lemon balm in juice. I put lemon balm in tea. And it's very good for the nervous system. Again, all of these are very good for the nervous system. And we need that as well. We need to boost our nervous system. We need to be strong because guess what? If we have a weak nervous system, we will get sick. We will get sick. It doesn't matter if you're around coronavirus or not. You're going to give it to yourself. You're going to manifest the coronavirus. And it's that crazy. Yes. So we need to really step into this healer position as a healer and not relying on the medical system. We ourselves are our own healers. Now, I call myself a healer, but you know who I'm healing the most every single day? Myself. I'm healing myself every single day. So, and I'm responsible for my daughter's health as well, and I'm dealing with her health as well, and the people that I love. You know, my parents, my partner, my friends, my family. Constantly healing all those around me because I love them. And this is why I'm sharing this with you guys. I love you guys. I love you. And I say that because you're part of me. I'm sharing my life with you on social media. I don't know you personally. Maybe I have had conversations with you online or through video or on the phone or maybe an email exchange or whatever. But guess what? You're part of my life now. So I feel like I need to share this with you guys because I care about your well-being. So let's see, what else can I tell you guys? All right. So okay. So let's just talk about pandemics, okay? Pandemics, they haven't been that popular, believe it or not. Okay, immediately when I thought about pandemics, the first thing that came to mind was the Black Death or the Black, I forget what else they called it, but I think of it as the Black Death. And the Black Death killed 25 million people in Europe and Asia, okay, and some in Russia. So 25 million people, think about that. And they had no solutions. It was mayhem, okay? They at that time they probably didn't even have clean water. So they were really struggling with what they had. Yes, I think the Romans built canals at that time, but I remember from what I read from history, I just read the number most recently, but from what I remember in history, now guys, you can if you can adjust me if I'm wrong, please tell me. But in Florence, like half of the population was gone. So it was a real pandemic, guys, a real pandemic. What we're experiencing now is nothing compared to what we might have experienced then as well, past lives. I don't know. Maybe some of you actually remember this, and maybe that's why some of you are so frenzied over it. But from what I feel is that this is nothing compared to what we've experienced in the past. We got this, guys. This is nothing. Yes, our elders are at risk, and there are some people that don't have a strong immune system, and they are at risk, and that is serious. And that is something that we have to consider. And this is where our compassion has to come through. As we have to be responsible. We have to be responsible individuals for what is happening. And the first responsibility is taking care of yourself. So, taking care of yourself by being healthy so that you don't get the virus, so that you may cure the virus, and so that you may be responsible not to let others get the virus from you if you do have it. Um, so the Black Death killed many people, many, 25 million. And so my first overseas retreat was in Italy, Palermo, Italy, and this was given to me through Source God. And now I'm starting to see like this very strong connection where um, Source God has guided me through this time with all this information to get to where we are here now. The coronavirus is is a blessing and a curse at the same time. Some people are like, oh my gosh, the coronavirus, what are we going to do? How the world is ending? No, the world is restarting. The world is restarting. And I've been saying this for years. 2020 is going to be a life-changing year. We're going to see things, it's going to change the entire system. And I've been saying this for years, and it's happening now as we know it. Now, this is not something to be scared of. These are positive changes. We want these changes. We want to be able to create changes so that there's less government and more freedom. This is something that is a positive thing. Now, again, you're worried about your health, you're worried about your financials, you're worried about, I don't know, like how are you going to manage all this? But especially, like I'm a single mom. My daughter's not home today, but she's with her dad because we co-parent. However, there's a lot of moms that can't go to work because they have to watch their children, or dads. There's a lot of parents right now that are struggling that say, okay, I have to homeschool my child now, and I don't have any time for that. I need to go to work. I need to do this. Yes, I understand those concerns. But guess what? This is a time really where God's source is saying, it's okay. It's okay if you're not making a ton of money. It's okay that you're not getting paycheck and these a paycheck for these next 2 weeks. It's okay that you're not working as hard as you want to. It's okay that that deal didn't go through. This is something that is going to change humanity as a whole, how we look at things, how we operate, how we actually want to live the rest of our lives. Now, it could also not do anything at all. It could actually just let some people say, "Ha, screw it. I'm gonna worry about this, and I'm going to when I get back to work, I'm gonna work 10 times harder, and I'm gonna rely on the government even more." It can go either way, right? This is not a fixed situation. We have an option here. We have an option here to say, okay, we're either going to change and really really start to look at things that what's really important here. Obviously, number one is our health, right? That's number one, because without our health, it doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter how much love you have, doesn't matter how smart you are, how popular you are on Instagram, how you know good you look, how young you look. All those things don't matter. What kind of car you're driving, how good your front lawn looks. None of those things matter if you don't have your health. So health is number one. So that's one thing we all have to look at here. We have to eat better. We have to take our supplements. We have to do things. We have to exercise, stretch. We have to do what we have to do to take care of health. We cannot rely on the system. You are your own healer. It's in your hands. So this is not just about me coming here to come heal you. This is me giving you the power to heal yourself. And of course, I'm not going to just talk here. I will provide a transmission of energy and light. But the words that I'm telling you is also energy and light. This is an empowerment, but it's also an energetic transmission through words and sound. So going back to Italy, in Italy, there's a saint. Her name is Santa Rosalia. My aunt's name is actually that's where her name comes from, Rosalia. My parents are from that town, Palermo. So this woman, she was from a very well-to-do family, and she heard a calling from God, and she was about to get married. It was arranged marriage, and she didn't want to, but she felt a real calling to be with one with God. And she lived in another northern part of Italy, and she was told to go to Palermo, Italy, and in the mountain and find a cave there to meditate, to have her samadhi. And so she went there and she meditated till her death without food, without water, and she died in the cave. And nobody really knew where she went, not her family, nobody. So many years later, maybe like 30 years later, there was the Black Death came, and a woman heard from God's source, there is a woman in this cave, and she has passed away many years ago. You need to go into the cave, get her bones, and go around the town of Palermo. And her bones, through her energetic powers, through her bones, it will heal the community. So she did just that, and it happened just that way. These bones healed the people from the Black Death. And with that said, she became a saint. And so to this day, her cave, they made into a church. And when you walk into this cave, this cave is source in itself. It is absolutely stunning. The energy is pristine and pure, and it is absolutely stunning energy. And she was a very high being. And so it just reminds me of what is possible during times like this. That energy, God's source energy, is always with us, right? But it comes through people, it comes through vortexes, it comes through anything, really, if you believe, if you feel it in your heart. So do not ignore healers during this time. Do not think that just because somebody claims they have a gift, and you've heard that they had this gift, that they are not able to heal you, because it is possible. So this is really a time to have faith in God's source, to have faith in those that have faith in God's source, and that are connected to God's source in ways that maybe at this moment, because we don't know if you will be tomorrow, today, or the next moment, at this moment has more of a connection to God's source than you do, or has a connection to God's source to be a conduit to help others heal. And that's really what's important, to really just have trust in God's source at this time. So that's why I wanted to share the story of Santa Rosalia, because this patron saint is one that really helped during a time of crisis such as this one. And this is a time to really kind of really go within, meditate on this, understand what is happening here, for not just for yourself, but for the world as whole. This is affecting the whole world. Now, the Black Death affected only 3 continents. This is affecting the whole entire world. So we are becoming one with this virus. It is stunning to see that all of humanity is going through the exact same thing. When has this happened in the history of humanity? Never. Never. So let's just forget the fact that it's a virus. it's affecting the entire world's consciousness. Everybody on the planet is thinking about the coronavirus. As I said that, it was 44 minutes and 44 seconds, and it froze there for a second because it went back to 45, and then it went to 45 and then went back to 44 as they looked at it. It's stunning. So what I'm trying to tell you is this is a time to really step up into your, what I call, yes, the heart chakra. We all know the heart chakra, right? This is the heart chakra is the place of love, is the place of unity, is the place of oneness. But then there's something called the thymus chakra, which is right above the heart chakra. And the thymus chakra for me was activated not during my Kundalini awakening, but it was activated recently in France as I took the sacred pilgrimage of Mary Magdalene. And the thymus chakra, it activates compassion and also your health. So this chakra is probably one of the most important chakras for you to tune into. And I want you guys, look it up, research it. It helps to kind of go through that process yourself. Like don't just listen to what I'm telling you. Really go into it and understand what this means for you. So the thymus chakra is probably one of the most important chakras to really activate during this time, because we do need love and compassion towards others right now. We need to understand that this is not just about you. This is not just about that you can't go to the gym or you can't take your yoga class. It's not just about that you can't take your vacation for spring break. It's not just about that, you're not able to have your party or even your wedding for that matter. It's not about that. This is about the whole world being affected, and that some people's health is so damaged, is so compromised that they're not going to be able to fight this virus. So with that said, I want you to really, when I'm going to do this healing, I really want you to focus on the thymus chakra, which is, it's literally right above the heart chakra. It's right where your thyroid would be. Okay. So I also want to talk about a few other things, and then we're going to move into the healing part. I want you guys to also, in this time, with this thymus chakra activation comes also a lot of different changes, right? So you're eating less food, first of all, eating healthier food. You're taking care of your health with herbs and oils and homeopathic medicines. You should also consider now, with the love and compassion, start bartering. Okay, if you have something that you can offer for free, offer it. Do it. If it doesn't cost you anything, just do it. If you have something that you want to barter, do it. This is the time. So this is something that I've foresaw since 2011, that we would start doing a barter exchange. And there would be more things for free. And that doesn't come like, it's for free, and then now I have your email, and now I'm going to bombard you with some other emails, and now I'm going to do this, and now I'm going to do that. No. It's just free. So guys, this is just free. Just letting you know, okay? Like, it shouldn't come with all that stuff. Now, if you want to mention things that you offer, that's okay. But hey, it shouldn't be free in exchange for something else. It should just be free. So I'm so tired of that marketing scheme. Like, it's just, I've had it up to here with those kind of marketing schemes. Like, we need to stop becoming so manipulative with our ways. We need to be really upfront and keep it real with people. If you're going to do something, just do it. Don't expect anything in return. Just do it. And that's how you should be treating everyone. So look after your elders. Look after your neighbors who can't go to the grocery store. And if you're well, go to the grocery store for them. Offer them a hand. Knock on the door and say, and don't go in with your mask on and your gloves and just say, "Hi, is everything okay? Are you doing okay?" Offer that. Start becoming more compassionate towards your neighbors. Start becoming more giving towards your neighbors. Like, this is the time. If you don't do it now, then when will you do it? Really? When are we going to step it up? When are we really going to step it up? I mean, if I think about it, I don't know any of my neighbors' names. I forgot them. I've introduced myself to them, but I don't remember their names because I don't talk to them. I mean, this is the world we live in now. So this is an opportunity to really get real. To get real, to get compassionate, to get giving, to really step up your humanity. Okay? We are given an opportunity here. We are given an opportunity to change how we are treating the world. And our world is our neighbors. Our world is the people that your children go to school with, the mothers, the parents. Let's change who we really are so that we can become better humans. And it starts with these little changes, these baby minor changes. They seem minor, but they're huge in the bigger scheme of things. Let's talk about getting minimalist. Let's streamline our lives. Buy less. Okay? Over consuming. This is something that we, especially Americans, do so often. Constantly buying, constantly trying, having to buy. Even if we don't need it, we buy it. We have to buy something today. How many of you do that? How many of you do that? It's a great opportunity to just do that, to just stop with the buying stuff just to buy stuff, just because it's shiny, just because it's, it might make you look better, just because especially we spiritual people, we can't even help ourselves sometimes buying like crystals and jewelry and this and that and the other thing. Like, I just stopped buying things. I've just stopped buying things. The last thing I bought recently was elderberry. And I'm not going to buy anything else. I'm not buying any clothes. I'm not buying shoes. I'm not buying anything because I don't want to buy it. Unless it has something to do with my health, then yes, if it's beneficial to my health and my well-being, absolutely. But if it's something that's just because, no. No. There's no need. There's no need. This is a good time to start becoming more frugal with things because it's not about constantly buying. It's great for the economy, but what are we sustaining here? What are we sustaining? We're sustaining old paradigm. You want things to change? We are the change. I know this is so cliche and it's overused, but we are the change. You have to start with yourself, how you actually are working in the world. So stop with all the nonsense and get real. Treat people better, love people more, reach out to your neighbors, see if they need help, knock on their doors, ask them if they need any assistance with groceries, with anything possible. Do you need for me to, are you guys well? You want to ask them, are you guys well? And they say, yes, we're fine. Okay, great. I'm well. I don't have any symptoms. Let me help you, with anything that you need. Do you need me to help to move something? Because these are people that are in need. Our elders are the roots of who we are. Without them, we wouldn't be here. We need to help them out. So that's something else that I wanted to mention. So I want to get into the healing in a bit. But before we actually do the healing, I also wanted to talk about all the things that that could also help you. I have an oil. It's called Magdalene oil. Let me just get it out. This oil is amazing. It can heal anything. Okay, this is not a good one, but this is the bottle. But the label, I use it so much that the label is ruined. um, I have other oils somewhere. Oh, hold on, I have it right here. Okay, so this oil is amazing. It has frankincense, it has spikenard, it has rose oil. These are all the things that you would need to boost your immune system. So this oil right here, it's amazing. All you have to do is go to valsecrets.com. Absolutely amazing oil. And this oil you put on your heart chakra. Actually, I'm going to do it right now. I cannot live without this oil. I always have a bottle everywhere I go. So I highly suggest getting the oils that I mentioned before. It's something that will completely change you. When I put on a drop of tea tree oil on my daughter, she goes, "Mommy, I'm feeling so different now." Like, she's very sensitive and obviously spiritual as well, but she's just like, wow, like this is so powerful. And it is. Do not take the oils for granted. People are like, "Oh, it's just oil. What do you mean?" No. You There's a lot of people here that work with the oils, and they can vouch for me how powerful the oils are. One second, guys. Okay, so something else that I want to talk about is that if you guys are looking to be part of a community at this time, an online community, especially since you can't go anywhere, I'm offering Magdalene Tribe, and it's an amazing endeavor because it's giving me a lot of work that I really didn't need to do, but God Source is asking this of me. So it's an online community that shares ancient esoteric wisdom that helps you activate you into your true self. It gives you the truth of what Mary Magdalene has taught, Yeshua, and the Christ lineage. This is something that of my own lineage, so this is why I'm called to share, and of course, it has lots of goodies that I give for I give throughout the month. Every month there's new different theme and new different healings, and there's healing and a verbal transmission. And I don't want to talk about too much, but you guys, if you're interested, you just go to magdalenetribe.com. I don't like to sell things. I'm not a seller. I once had a job that I was working at a shoe store. It was a very luxurious Italian shoe store. I probably got the job because I'm Italian, and I had a background in pharmaceuticals, but they're like, why do you want to work here? So it was like a very interim job, but I would not ever sell these shoes. I would basically, people would come into the store and they'd be like, "Oh, what shoes do you think I need?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know. They're kind of expensive. I'm not sure if we really want to buy them." But I ended up being the top salesperson there, and I wasn't even selling. It's amazing how things work, but I don't like to sell, guys. So I'm not trying to sell you guys. It's just recommendations. So the oil does come with a velvet pouch and for protection, and as well as directions, so how to use it, because there are different ways to use it. And then my lovely assistant, Laura, she wanted me to mention to you guys that I'm going to do a MER 4 program. And MER, if you're not sure what MER 4 is, it's a person that works with the oils and learns how to mix oils and blend oils. But it's not just about blending, it's about becoming one with the oil and understanding every oil, its powers, physically and spiritually. So this is something else that I'm going to be teaching, and it's coming up. So if you guys are interested in this, I'm going to be giving a beta offer. I'm not talking about prices here. That's not what I'm here to do. You just go to valsecrets.com if you want to learn more about that as well. That's it, guys. That's my little commercial. But now let's get real and let's talk and let's really get silent and go into a meditative state. I'm going to do a, okay, I'm not sure if you guys want a 15-minute or 30-minute healing. Please let me know right now and tell me in the comments. Otherwise, I'm just going to do whatever I feel. So let me know. In the meantime, I'm going to pick some music out. Okay, 15, 30. Let's see what majority rules. Sorry, guys. I had to do that. 30. Let's see. So if you guys have been receiving my newsletter, something else that you might want to do is listen to the solfeggio frequencies, which is basically 532 hertz. And I'll post it in the link below. I'll post all the links below this live when I'm done here. But I'll also... Okay. So as you see, I'm touching my nose because of my allergies. My nose is so itchy. Okay, guys. So I'm not seeing any comments here. Okay. I think this will work. Okay, so from YouTube, I'm getting a mixture of 15 and 30. Looks like 15 won. So 15 it is, 15 minutes. Okay. All right, so just, I want you to take a moment, take a deep breath through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Close your eyes. And just receive. Okay, everyone. I hope this gave you some relief in your heart and you can feel some of the shifts and release of the anxiety and clearing your mind as well. But it's doing a lot more than that. It's clearing cells of your body, clearing DNA. It's doing a lot more than what you can perceive and what you can conceive in your mind. So I'm going to now wish you all good health and good mental health and to be strong during this time. And don't forget what I said. It's a good time to share. It's a good time to share. Thank you all for tuning in and for trusting me. And until next time, I feel to do another one of these and probably next week. So thank you again and namaste home, please. Thank you. Love you guys. Let me just end the stream here. Bye bye.